kits, you have lots of these colored pieces. Most of them have a round structure to them, but some of them you'll see, like these, have a square structure to them, okay? And these are going to represent nucleotides, and they're going to fit together. If you notice, like this one has a T on it, and here's a picture of the 4 nucleotides that you should have for DNA. You've got adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine, and they have arrows on them. Any ideas about why they would have arrows on them? What are you thinking, Wyatt?
So you could show the DNA's like running opposite directions?
Excellent. Okay, so yeah, you're going to be building these strands in opposite directions. And if you look on the first page of your handout, there's kind of an outline of the shape with the arrow, and it shows you how to draw the 2 strands so that they run in opposite directions. So if you have a piece running this way, you're going to have a piece on the opposite side that's going to be running the other direction like that. So you'll have an arrow, one going one way and one going the other way when you make your pieces. And the first thing you're going to do is it shows you on your sheet is to build a DNA strand. It gives you one side of the DNA strand, but from that you know how to build the other side, right? Yeah, okay, because we know that the bases pair up. C goes with G, A goes with T. There you go. Okay, so you're going to build your double-stranded DNA. And then what's really cool is it's going to feed into this little placemat. Okay, so this placemat, the first one is going to be for transcription. So you're going to have a strand of DNA that you're going to feed in. If you notice, there's an arrow on the bottom side that says double-stranded DNA moves from right to left on the placemat. So you're going to have a strand of DNA that you've built. And this point kind of right here on the RNA polymerase is going to kind of act as your helicase, and it's going to separate the DNA strand. So as it feeds in here, it's going to go like that, up and around. And this is the active site. What is an active site? What do you remember about an active site? Alan?
Or an enzyme bonds with a substrate, or in this case, a ribosome.
Good. Okay, not a ribosome yet because we're in the nucleus with RNA polymerase, but the same idea. This is the enzyme, the RNA polymerase, and it has an active site where we are going to now add RNA nucleotides. So the RNA you see has a square shape. Why do you think they show them as different? Why can't they just use DNA nucleotides interchangeably with RNA nucleotides? Talk about it with each other for a minute. Why can't they just use the same pieces?
Well, differentiate.
Yeah. Just to like, what? Well, yeah, you were trying to show the difference.
Good. So we're just trying to show, I heard what most of you were saying, with things like you're just trying to show, first of all, that uracil is different. That's going to be your white piece. You don't have an equivalent for that in DNA. We have thymine, which is yellow, so it acts like that, we know, but it's a different base. And also just to know that the DNA nucleotides are a little bit different from RNA nucleotides. So besides the having the uracil instead of the thymine, what's another difference between a DNA nucleotide and an RNA nucleotide? It's another difference between DNA and RNA for us.
One, DNA is missing oxygen on the 2' carbons.
Good, of the sugar, right. Yeah, so the deoxyribose sugar is a little bit different from the ribose sugar. So just to acknowledge that, to recognize that DNA nucleotides are a little bit different from RNA. You have a square shape for the RNA, you have the round shape for the DNA. Okay, so you're going to build your DNA. It's going to come up and over, and then when it hits this active site, so you will have some DNA nucleotides going like this in a chain that you've built. Okay, so they're coming up and over, and you make sure that they're pointing the right direction. These pieces show kind of which direction they should be pointing. From that, you're going to start to build complementary RNA. Okay, so this would be an RNA nucleotide that would go with that, A to U. You would have a G to go here, and so on. The RNA, as you build it, is going to come up and over this bridge, and that's going to be your RNA strand. Okay, so this is transcription. We know that's going from DNA to RNA. So when you're done with this process, and by the time you get to the end of your DNA, it will have come up and around and be able to rejoin kind of when it passes back under the bridge. So when you're done, you should have double-stranded DNA again that's separated briefly to make the RNA. So you've got a double-stranded DNA strand, and now you've got a single-stranded RNA strand. And that's what you will use to then do translation. We probably won't get to translation until tomorrow. Because by the time you model this, and what you're actually going to do is once you finish modeling it, you're going to film it. So you're just going to use your cell phones and narrate it. And that's going to be a key piece. So the first thing, just run it through rough draft kind of thing of how the whole process works. And then if you look on your handout, on the back of the first page, in the middle it says transcription, filming the process. So now that you've practiced the production of the mRNA from the DNA, you're ready to film the process with narration explaining what's happening. And it gives you a list of vocabulary to include in that narration. So you might want to take a moment as a group, once you've gone through it, to weave together some sentences that would be your narration that includes all of those words, okay? Then you'll film it, and that will probably take you through the end of the block today by the time you've done that. You might get to start a little bit of translation. Okay, so translation, different placemat. We're going from RNA into proteins. There's our EP in the A site. Your mRNA strand that you've built is going to go across here, and it's going to move from right to left on the placemat. Again, you got an arrow there to tell you what to do. And for this part, you're going to use these tRNA pieces along with amino acids. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is to act like a charging enzyme. First thing you're going to do is act like a charging enzyme. Talk to each other. What did I mean by that?
Charging enzyme attaches amino acids to tRNA with like the corresponding amino acids to the tRNA based on the antigen.
Yep. Okay, so heard it in a few different places. What you're going to do is to join the correct amino acid to the correct tRNA, which is what a charging enzyme does. So you want to link that up. You can look that up on a codon chart. It gives you the anti-codon down here on the tRNA, but it also tells you, so it kind of makes it easier. It just tells you which amino acid goes with that. You're going to link up tRNAs with the correct amino acids. And then as your mRNA comes through here, you're just going to bring in new tRNAs with new amino acids into the A. Your growing protein will be coming off of here, so the amino acids that have already been added are going to be getting fed out of this kind of opening in the ribosome, and you're just going to keep bringing in a new tRNA, link the amino acids, move this to the exit site and out, and then you will model that process of translation. When you're done, what you should end up with is a protein. Okay, so this is the finished product. The whole point of doing this whole thing is to get to this step, to get to the protein. Any questions on anything that I've said? You will again film the translation. You'll see a list of vocabulary words to include in that. All right, we good to go? Disassemble this.
It's not a complimentary one.
Okay, so that's what we have here, right? So now we're just
Did you follow the sequence on the sheet?
Not, you don't need to
Okay.
write it right now because it's RNA.
Yeah, the only reason to do that is because of tRNAs, we don't have every amino acid represented. So you might have built a code for an amino acid we don't have. That's why I just need you to follow that sequence. Okay, it's all right.
Sorry.
And the key thing with that is just to make sure your arrows are going the right direction.
Yeah, we had that.
But, yep, they do fit. That is good. Yes, establish that.
Wait, what?
Yep. Okay, in this activity, we'll creation of protein
Why
values.
don't you join
What movie do you guys do?
Which one is it?
those are all DNA. The RNA has the square bottom to it.
But which was this the template string?
Yeah, I see.
Why didn't you just write down?
Fuzzy. One is working circular.
You got a nice organized kit and baggies and everything. Or did you do that?
No.
It just came like that. So now which strand are you guys doing?
Wait, Max. I'm doing like this one.
Okay, so that has to be pointing that direction,
Okay.
right?
This is another G.
Oh.
I know. We just using this pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we need other side.
Okay.
So then we're gonna need a
A and another G.
and AG.
Okay.
But now you gotta,
No, we-
yeah, upside down.
We have to get sprinkle in our.
See this, that's the direction it's gonna move like that.
Yeah.
That was DNA
No, we
mRNA.
need to get the RNA.
Wait, is this the right one though?
Yeah, that's going the right way.
Yeah, because this is now gonna build an AUG, which is our first codon, right?
One second.
Yep, so you don't want it to be pushed all the way
Yeah,
through, you
not
need to pause it
all
right
the way.
here, because that's where you can actually do the building. So you want to,
Whoa, Fuzzy.
Wait,
You
because
just exploded.
like as it feeds through, this is gonna like look. Yeah, we can keep going and add more.
Nucleotide. Another G.
Oh wait, no, sorry. What am I talking about? The G, not the A, and then and another G, etc.
Okay, let's sprinkle them in.
C goes to G, and then G.
And it took a while.
This is a video?
Yeah, so you missed the intro, but once you practice the process, there's you look on this page, there's a script, and I want to include all of these words in the script. So someone will narrate, someone will film it, and someone will be doing the adding to the bases like you did before.
Okay, thank you.
G.
That's looking good. And it's coming back together on the other side.
Hey, it's a little difficult. It's a little more difficult than
Literally. I got it. Then A.
So when you get to the point of actually filming, you can see it takes a lot of hands to do it. So two of you can be doing all the manipulation, one person's reading the narration, one person's filming.
How's the camera going to be able to see it if we have a hand?
Say it again.
Is the camera going to be able to see it if we have a hand all over it?
You're gonna get the gist, you know, that even though your hands are there, ultimately this is coming out and you're making an RNA strand from
How
it.
did you even do that?
I think we need another year. Does this not
Wait,
look like
what?
Christmas? Thank you.
Yeah,
No,
what
why
did
would
we
you
do?
wait, what are we on?
And this is all.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're moving on.
that's and a G.
Okay, I'll write us something for the script, and you guys can,
I think we should just.
because I pretty much think you guys got it, so
Wait, we should just include
I'll write
these
us.
words.
So
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna take me long. We present to you transcription by Eddie, Sammy, Sarah, and Cal.
This is the last one.
Okay.
We can like
Transcription.
we do that like
Yeah, let's make a lot of space because we
I
want
would
to
say
have
the
this all
first
separated.
by one. So
We don't want anyone to touch it because it's
But by the end, she said we can put it like.
and the enzyme in reality probably goes so
So I think
fast.
it's first five, first four or five we do separate.
No, we'll just put them all. If we have them all in order, then it's pretty quick.
looked at me like,
First you present.
I realized there was like someone in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels slightly different, I would say.
The like
Stand with the chair.
when they are doing it without the air, but here, wait, can I see?
Yeah, you want to line up the narration with what's on here.
But is it like we can't do it in like wait, do you have iMovie, Joe?
I'll check. I might have it from. I actually
Do you have iMovie? I think you can like film it then.
I think I do
You
it.
can get the fancier.
Does the free version count?
I don't feel like doing Final Cut Pro again.
The idea with this one is to hopefully make it
Yeah.
quick and
I
easy.
used
So,
Final Cut Pro last time.
Why?
Oh, hey, okay,
do you want to maybe just start it without filming it first?
just as just the DNA on zips.
So
Period.
while the mRNA is being made, we need to have a lot of words because
The temp as actually.
it's a consonant.
When you say it's like,
Yeah, but M starts with the S sound, so I would do N.
yeah, it was 3-1 outnumbered and right.
That does, in my opinion, doesn't necessarily mean it's right.
Oh, true,
but That's what I tend to
That's not a
say.
period.
The mRNA.
mRNA. Oh, that's hard to
mRNA
say.
strand.
And
An mRNA.
Strand is formed.
Yeah.
away, and there we go.
I
mRNA.
guess a bonus point if it actually relates to what's going on.
How am I gonna do
Take
that?
like split something about splitting apart, and then like going back together.
Yeah.
Which is a song that
I will never ever. What's the?
Oh, Taylor Swift song.
Yeah.
We are never getting back together.
There you go.
I can play some. I think I might have.
It's a good catch.
Alan caught it.
I heard a little bit of singing in there.
Okay. Wait, hey, you ready? Alright, I just get in position.
Just spit and fire.
So, are we gonna redo it?
Alright.
I think, but like keep that one.
Keep that one. The backup? You wanna push it?
Wait, no, he's not.
Why not?
I need to know the words better. I only know that one verse.
True. It's okay though. You just save them once we have to work.
Okay, so you notice that one of the things that took a long time today was writing the narration. So for homework, in addition to doing that translation practice, since you'll be doing that anyway, take a look at your sheet at what terms should be in your narration and write a sample narration for translation. If everybody in the group does that when you come in tomorrow, you can probably quickly combine them in some kind of way or decide that one is just right, and that will give you a jump up tomorrow because we don't have a long block tomorrow. So tonight's homework then is two things. One is to
Finish the sheet.
finish the sheet of the steps of translation. Second,
Make a sample.
Make a sample narration for translation, and the terms you need to include are on the sheet. All right, and I will, once you pack up your boxes and bring them back up, you guys can go.
For the sample, like, so we're doing like a sample on paper.